Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of the 504 Core Podcast. NFL Draft on Thursday, Mike, and the New Orleans Saints um, fans mad, upset about the pick. I laugh at it. I'm going to be honest, I don't think a lot of people really know how to win football games or how teams are built, but not a surprising pick for the Saints. It's also an organization that has picked an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman every year except one pick since 20, I believe it's 16 or 17. Um, what are your thoughts about this?
Um, I'm not surprised by it at all. I think it was a smart pick. People complain about it, and I understand why they complain about it. I think the main reason is, it's not a flashy pick, right? It's not some guy that's gonna make plays like for you, and like you're watching the game, you're like, wow, that guy really stands out. That's like part of it. The second part is the Saints have been picking offensive and defensive line the past, 100 years, and there's really not too much to show for it. You obviously have certain hits with certain guys, but Fuaga was a massive hit. He was one of the best left tackles just in general last year, so he was very, very solid. I don't know if you keep him at the left side or move him to the right, which was more of his natural position in college. But anyway, everyone's like, oh, well, they've been doing this for forever, and they really don't have much to show for it. So obviously, you have Davenport, Penning, Ruiz. It wasn't. I don't know if he's considered a bust, but he's definitely not lived up to the hype he was supposed to get. They just have a lot of guys that just haven't really lived up to it. So I think that might, be the source of frustration from Saints fans. But yeah, if you're going to go for a rebuild, why not have two young tackles? They said he doesn't even turn 21 until like I think a couple more months, and Fuaga's 23 years old. So if you're going to rebuild a team, obviously tackle the two tackle positions is a good start, and then you obviously want a good young quarterback. So I'm not mad at it. I think it's solid. I think it's a good pick.
You saw
Yeah.
with the Eagles, Mike. You see with every team. Every good NFL team and organization builds up front to start, right? The Saints are horrible. The Saints are not going to be good next year, no matter who they draft. They drafted Shador Sanders, who I'm higher on than most people. Um, I don't. I think that would be a bad situation with Shador, right? The NFL is different. We saw Sean Payton build first with the Broncos and offensive line. Don't have any skill positions. He made the playoffs last year. You saw the Bears do the complete opposite. Terrible offensive line, bunch of skill position players like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Doomsday, and then Caleb Williams. Bears were horrible. The Saints, what they're doing, if you look at the Eagles and you look at where Kellen Moore came from, is building up front. That's how you win football games in the trenches. You got to protect your quarterback and you got to attack and rush the quarterback. So, Saints, they could have done either or. I would have been happy, right? I'm glad they didn't get Jaxson Dart. I didn't think Jaxson Dart is a very good quarterback at Ole Miss. I think he's good. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has some traits. There's a lot of things that concern me about him. A lot with the rest of the quarterbacks. The kid from Louisville, he's 25 years old, been playing college football for a long time. He concerns me. Quinn Ewers hasn't impressed me. Milroe struggles to throw the football. Um, yeah, it really didn't surprise me, but the backlash of it is hilarious to me. Oh, I'm done with the Saints. Oh, this is it. You draft a really good young offensive lineman. Do you know how to win football games? Have you played football? If you cannot protect the quarterback, we saw it when Eric McCoy went out. The team looked incredible the first 2 weeks of the season. You lose your offensive line, you cannot run plays. Nothing works. It's just a joke.
Yeah, people have short memories. Like I said, there's people that know ball, people that kind of know ball, and the people that have no idea. And the people that have no idea were like, "Oh, let's go get Genty." It's like, "Oh, that's great. You know, who's going to block for him?" So, depreciating at one of the fastest depreciating assets at all positions in all sports, and that's who you want to get, a guy who got 30 carries a game in college. So, no, Genty's going to be a great player, but yeah, you need people to block for him. I'd rather have an incredible offensive line and an okay running back than an okay line and an incredible running back. So, it's. I'm not surprised by the fans. I think the fans are going to bitch no matter what. Honestly, I think at the point now, Mickey Loomis has kind of lost trust with just about everyone except Gayle Benson. It seems like, but yeah, it's just really unfortunate with the fans have kind of turned into, and I'd classify myself as that as well. So it's not like I'm just like not part of the majority, but I think there's a difference between being frustrated and just criticizing every little thing, not seeing why they did something, So they definitely I like the pick a lot. I think people, anyone who knows ball, just build on the offensive line and just look at Kellen Moore. Like look at the offensive line he had with the Eagles. Look at the Super Bowl. Kansas City couldn't block for Mahomes. Mahomes looked terrible. And why did Mahomes look terrible? No one's blocking for him. So when Derek Carr, when everyone was screaming Super Bowl the first 2 weeks, like you said, McCoy was there and the offensive line was blocking great. And why was Carr so good? Because he had all day to throw. And then you take McCoy out and no one's blocking for him. And next thing you know, he's screaming and jumping over people. And I'm just like, it just doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes it's like so obvious that it's just not. And I think people are just trying to overthink things. But no, and people are like, why didn't we take Sanders? Why didn't we take Sanders? Sanders is still on the board. They weren't picked 33. So you're telling me they should have taken him at 9? Like, come on. Like, if the Saints really want Sanders, which I don't think they do, they could easily move up. I wanted to talk to you about quarterbacks. I mean, you got Milroe there, you got Tyler Shough, you got Sanders. Like, what would you like the Saints to do? Just stand pat at 40, trade up? What would you like to see?
If they got Jador Sanders, I would be happy. I don't like any other quarterback in this draft class except maybe Kyle McCord in the 3rd or 4th round. Kid from Syracuse, used to play at Ohio State. I actually think he throws a good deep ball. He's improved a lot in his game. You need pass rushers. You need a cornerback. You actually have a really
you need everything.
Yeah, you really need everything. But since you got an offensive lineman, the guy who surprised me that's still on the board is Will Johnson. I know he's dealing with a little bit of injury problems, right? But he has knee issues. But this kid was a stud. He was projected a top 10 player before these issues really started to become clear. If they got him, I would be happy. Also,
it's worth the risk. You're getting a top 15 player, and at the 40th pick, just because of a knee injury that didn't even keep him out. It's just more of a long-term thing. So hell, like you could draft Will Johnson. Let's say he balls out of control the first 2 years, and then you can kind of just flip him for another first-round pick. Like that's how I'd look at it. So, the Saints will get a good player at 40. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, Sanders is obviously the thing all people want to talk about on ESPN and everything else. It's like, why did he fall? Is it because of this? Because of that? It's like, I just think he went into these interviews really cocky and overplayed his hand a little bit, and that's everything I'm seeing. So, if he's somehow there at 40, you have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, 100% agree. Mike Green from Marshall is a guy I like as well. He's a really good pass rusher. I'm also Mason.
I could see the Browns. I could see the Browns taking him with their 2nd pick in the 2nd round.
Mason Taylor's a good guy. Obviously LSU Tiger. We all know about Mason. What do you think of Burden?
Burden. I like him. I think he's kind of. But the problem with him is like you got Olave, you got Shaheed, and then you got him. Like you don't really have like they're all kind of the same guys, don't you think? Like they're all like the same prototype, like body wise. Like you need kind of a big physical receiver, and I think that's kind of where like Jaden Higgins kind of comes into play. Yeah, there's really no obvious one. I love Mason Taylor. I think Mason Taylor is going to be a really, really good pro. I also like that kid from Miami, Arroyo. I think he'll be pretty solid. I could see Tennessee maybe doubling up with him, but he's already got some built-in chemistry with Ward. So I don't know, man. The Saints have a lot of holes. they'll have some options at the 40th pick. If they trade up to go get Sanders, which I don't think they will, I'll be cool with it. If he falls to 40 somehow and take him, I think even if you don't have a high grade on Sanders at 40 and he's somehow there, which I don't think he will be, but if he somehow slips to 40, you just got to do it. Like, don't you agree? I mean, the
Dude, I would trade up for him at this point because I don't think you have to give up a first. They could compare what you have 2/3. They could compare, a second, a third, and maybe a fifth, and go up to 33, 34, and get him.
Oh, I don't. So if the Browns will take him at 33, what other teams like would? I mean, if the Browns don't take him, then what other teams are looming there that would possibly move up? Like maybe the Rams. Like I don't really know like of a trade up team.
A trade up team, no. I think the Raiders would take him.
You think the Raiders would do that?
Yeah.
They just gave Geno money, but I guess you could let him sit for a year or two. I think Sanders, if Sanders has the opportunity to sit for a year or two, I think that makes a big difference in his development.
I agree. I think the Rams would be the perfect team for him.
The Rams, 100%. The Rams would be the perfect team for any young quarterback to come into a situation and just learn. Because you got Stafford for a year, you got McVay, got a good culture, you got a good young team. The team's actually pretty solid. I mean, they exceeded expectations last year. So, yeah, I mean, if Sanders goes to the Rams, then I honestly think that would be a home run pick for them. But if he's there, you got to do it. What's that?
Other guys that are kind of interesting. Dude, Caleb Johnson, Saints power back. Older.
Second round?
I would say more third. Also,
I like that guy from Tennessee, Sampson.
Oh, dude, Dylan Sampson. He's from Dutchtown, dude. Dylan.
Is he?
Yeah. Did a couple stories on Dylan when I was at WBRZ. Good kid. Really good kid. You know who the Saints are picking now?
Who?
Jack Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer? Yeah.
Love Ohio State.
Yeah, now Ohio kid, elbow injury or whatever, elbow brace, whatever. Not your prototypical pass rusher. Yeah, I mean, it fits all the Saints bills. So I don't know if he fits into Staley's defense or not. I mean, that's something we kind of have to consider now. So I know that guy from Boston College is a beast.
It's
Harold Ezeiruaku, something.
Very difficult. Let's see if I can pronounce it.
That guy had like a crazy stat line. He's a little undersized, but he's a great football player. I think he'd be like a prototypical outside linebacker in a 3-4.
Donovan Ezeiruaku.
Yeah, that dude. That's good. I was watching tape on him last night. I was just like watching tape on like Tyler Shough, him. I watched Sanders again. I was just watching guys who could possibly be there. I watched Quinn Ewers even because I know the Saints had interest in Quinn Ewers. They brought him in for a visit. I watched that guy, that safety from South Carolina, Nick. He also has a crazy name. But, the Saints are going to get a good player. I watched Will Johnson if he falls. But eventually these teams are going to say F it and just move up,
I agree.
I don't know, man. The Saints will have options. What if the Saints go Milroe? What would your thoughts be?
Jalen Hurts, Kellen Moore, there's a path there. Can he develop as a passer?
I mean, he's got to be the most elite running quarterback to come out since Lamar and Cam Newton, right? He's kind of like a mixture between them.
100%. There is an offense there with what Kellen Moore did. The Eagles, there's an offense there. So I would rather Shador, but if they go Milroe, we'll see.
It's your predecessor to Taysom Hill too.
Yes, it is.
I mean, you can build 10 to 12 plays with Milroe, even if he's not like your starting quarterback. He's a great runner. He's not the most accurate passer, but he's accurate. I think he's accurate enough to where you could build plays to where if he needs to throw the ball for like element of surprise, you could do that. So I wouldn't say it would just be like, oh, he can't develop as a quarterback, we can't use him. I feel like you can use him in other situations. He's definitely good enough for that. So I think that'd be interesting. But that's like the biggest like home run potential pick at 40 if he's there. Yeah, I mean, elite runner, and then accuracy not that great, but I think he has potential to be pretty good, but yeah, it's just a matter of can he get the fundamentals down. I would really like to see him sit for a year, but Derek Carr seems like he doesn't want to play football here anymore. So it's really unfortunate. I was like trying to think of veterans they could sign. There really isn't anyone unless like the Giants cut Jameis. But it sounds like it's going to be a Rattler and whoever we draft QB competition in the offseason, and I'm here for it. So I don't know. Saints are a mess.
I agree. You know who else is a mess? I don't want to turn the page too quickly, but I kind of do want to turn the page here. Thoughts on Joe Dumars? Friends hiring friends, hiring friends. So Mickey Loomis hiring his pal and a guy who always goes to Saints games. Louisiana native, Hall of Famer. We got to put that in there. A guy who led the Pistons to a championship as a general manager, 21 years ago. Joe Dumars as the next EVP of the New Orleans Pelicans. Thoughts on that?
I thought really lazy on that. I think it's just prototypical Gayle, drinking buddies. Let's go out. Let's have fun. I want to value relationships over actually winning. They hire David Griffin. She comes out with a bullshit statement saying, "Oh, we put a lot of thought and time and blah 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 blah." And I'm going to do whatever it is. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to build a championship team. I won't pay the tax. My actions don't speak louder than my words, all this other bullshit she comes up with. So I find I'm more out on Gayle than anything else. I think she's one of the most overrated owners. I think people are starting to wake up to it. She just can't be a normal owner. I mean, she dipped her hand in the helping pedophile ring, get covered up. It's just doesn't want to pay the tax. She hires her friends. She doesn't want to fire people. I mean, I can go on and on and on. She releases bullshit statements to people. So Gayle Benson is more what I got out of it. As it pertains to Joe Dumars, I think he will bring a little bit of an edge. I think a little bit something we needed. I think Griffin was a little bit of a nerd at times who didn't put down his foot. And then when he did put down his foot, he didn't come across well with players. So I think you'll see more of grit and toughness from the franchise, but will it lack a little intellect? I think that could be part of the cons with him. He started off hot as an exec, and then cooled off pretty bad. I saw that he hired Troy Weaver, who was like
horrible.
He was good. He was good for a little while, like helping draft players. And then when he finally got the reins as a GM, he was one of the worst GMs of all time. So I don't really know what kind of draft evaluation is, but that was one thing. Griffin didn't really do anything well except draft, right? But when he did draft, he couldn't put the pieces together that just fit in a meaningful way. So I think I have a lot of thoughts on this. Obviously, I'm rambling, but Joe Dumars. I wasn't impressed with the press conference either. I will say that I wasn't impressed nor like concerned. I was just like it was just like a meh like press conference. Did you listen to that press conference?
Yeah,
I didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, it's kind of what I thought he was. I mean, he is a Hall of Famer. He's a Louisiana guy. You know what to expect from Joe Dumars. What I feel like is weird is the Willie Green situation.
Exactly. Oh, because Gayle doesn't want to pay. Gayle doesn't want to pay another head coach big money. That's another thing too. Like, let's keep Willie. He's shown nothing. He hasn't progressed teams. Like, just blame it on injuries. Blame it on something else. It's not Willie's fault. I mean, he was in the fucking war room last night at the Saints. Like, do you think Sean Payton would allow that shit? If Alvin Gentry starts walking in the war room when they're drafting, like it's just turned into a circus. It's just we're all buddies here. I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep you around no matter what. And it's gotten to be embarrassing. Honestly, I don't really know how else to feel about it. Just as a fan, I know people are getting fed up with it, but people are starting to wake up a little bit. So I don't know. Do you think he's gonna change things around? I mean,
who, Dumars?
I don't think it's gonna be.
I don't know, dude. Like, I really don't. I don't know which direction his team goes in right now. I do think they keep Zion next year. You have Trey Murphy. You have Herb Jones. do you package DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum and the number 4 pick and you go out and you try to get a real superstar?
Who's that real superstar? Giannis? I mean, but you can't have Giannis and Zion. They don't, like, again, they're two incredible players by
You can't
themselves.
have
They don't
Joel.
complement each other.
You
Huh?
can't have Joel Embiid and Zion.
No, Joel Embiid's the last player I'd want to trade for.
I'm just trying to think of players who might be available.
Now you need like
A De'Aaron Fox would have been perfect.
well, they went on Murray, so
Devin Booker.
Booker, but I don't think Booker's going to leave. I think the Suns are going to do what it takes because the Suns have to pay. I saw that they have to pay him like a 3-year, like an insane amount of money. That like I think it's like $70 million or $80 million extension per year extension. So like they have to do that, and then they can't trade him. So Booker's like the one guy. Booker, yeah, I'd agree, but I don't think he's going to get traded.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
Group is sketchy.
What group?
The Suns.
The Suns. It's pretty easy with the Suns. You got an over-aggressive owner who overplayed his hand, and then he went all in on a big 3 model, which is dated. Like the NBA has way too much depth. Like when you look at the Pelicans, when you hear like people talk like they're pretty talented roster, and then they'll go down like all these players, and then what do you have to show for it? Like, oh, you're the 4th worst record in the league. Like you have all this talent, and it's like that throughout the NBA. Like you look at Detroit. Detroit has a lot of talent. Pelicans have a lot of talent. Like there's a lot of teams with just like a lot of guys, and it's just a dated model for like the old NBA. Like the old NBA, like if you had a big 3, you're probably gonna win it all. But like it's just completely dated. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Have you been watching the Stars Av series?
Yeah, I've been watching it. What you think?
Dog. Talking about disappointing. I'm gonna roast the Avalanche. Today's my first day back. Been on my honeymoon for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and had my wedding in 3rd week. So I've been gone for 3 weeks. Been great. Been traveling Europe. Staying up at 4:30 watching Nuggets and the Avs games. The Avs have dominated the Stars, just dominated them. Dallas has led this series for a total of 1 minute. 1 minute, and they lead the series 2-1. The 4 minute of the penalty, of the power play and not getting a goal, a joke. Cale Makar, 3rd best player in the league, has done nothing. Mackenzie Blackwood's been great. Nathan McKinnon's been great, but the Stars are just dominating the Avs in the 3rd period. Colorado's had leads, and the start the 3rd, the last 2 games, they lost both of them. They're more physical. They want it more. And there's like a mental aspect with the Stars and the Avs because this series, if we're going to be honest, should be 3-0 right now.
Suck it. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. Yeah. I don't blame you, brother.
No, I mean, I think the Stars still have a lot to go through to win the series. Like you said, Colorado dominate. If the team's constantly dominating throughout a series and then they lose in OT, then it is what it is. But the Stars haven't played well the past few weeks before leading up to the playoffs, so I'm not really surprised by it. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're ever going to bet Colorado to win the series, now's the time to do it while they're down 2-1. But yeah, the Stars don't have any like superstar talent. It seems like Colorado does. They just have a bunch of guys in like the 2nd tier, like that are just really good, but no one that really jumps out. Like Sagan and Ben are just old, but they're still got some tread, but they're not like the players they used to be. I don't know. It's gonna be a good series though.
Yeah, great series. It's a good rivalry.
Yeah, it really has turned into one of the better ones in the NHL. What are your final predictions for it?
Ask me on Monday. I'm going Saturday. I want to see how this responds.
What? Then do it now. What, are you going to ask you when the series is over? What you're going to predict?
All right, I'm gonna say Avs win the next 3 in the series.
The next 3? Wow, that's cocky.
I think. They can't skate. They look like freaking Bambi on the ice in the third period.
Avs, you said, or
Yeah,
Stars?
the Avs.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Is their goaltender good? I can't tell.
That's what changed everything. They got rid of Georgie. So
What, they're trying to cut money?
no, Georgie was terrible. Their goaltender now is good.
Oh, I don't know much about the Avs.
Yeah, yeah.
I would, yeah, I watched it. It'll be interesting. Just like anything else.
Tonight, final prediction.
For tonight, Saints. They stand pat at 40 and take Shough. And then what they got, 2 third rounders? They'll package those 2 and move up to grab, I don't know, some receiver or tight end or something. That's
they stay pack at 40 and pick Jaxson. No, I'm kidding.
I could see Sawyer in the third, but I don't think he fit. I don't think he's a 3-4 guy. I think he's more of a 4-3.
When Ewers is the quarterback, I see him taking.
I think if Sanders, I don't think they really like Sanders, but I think if Sanders and Shough go, then I think they might sit back and take Ewers in like the 4th. Yeah, I agree with that. I could see that. Or McCord. I could see McCord. I could see a little Saints emblem in late 3rd. I don't know, but they have to get a quarterback, right? I mean, they don't really have a choice, and everyone knows it. So that's something they got to, deal with. But all right, rank them 1 to 4. How would you rank those guys?
Sanders 1. I like Kyle McCord. I've always liked Kyle McCord.
You're putting them at 2, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Milroe 3, Ewers 4.
Or Shough
5. I hate Shough.
Why?
He's old. He's 25 years old. I watched him at Louisville. He's really not that impressive.
How old is Sanders?
Sanders is 22.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Sanders.
Dude, Shough's been playing college football since 2019.
Since the Ethiopian War. Let's see.
Yeah, dude, he's throwing a Juwan Johnson at Oregon. I'm dead serious.
All right, he's 23. It's not that much older.
When's Shough's birthday?
89. Shough. September 28th, 99. So he'll be 26 when the season starts.
26-year-old rookie. Are we talking about Brandon Whedon here?
I don't know, dude. I'm kind of
shook me up.
Everyone keeps showing that one highlight where he just like flings the ball. I don't know what that was about. Someone said that was misleading because that was some kind of crucial play in the game and he just had to get rid of it. So I don't know how true.
Dude, his footwork doesn't impress me either, right? He throws off his back foot.
Would you rather have taken Dart at 9 or Tyler Shough at 40 if that's how it would have played out for the Saints?
I have to pick one.
Yeah, you have to pick one. Saints were just like, we're getting a quarterback. These are the 2 guys. These are the 2 options. What are we doing? You're sitting in the war room.
Give me Dart.
Dart it, really? You're that anti-Shough?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shough all pro, guarantee you.
Maybe. I'm still waiting for Jordan Hawkins.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Hawkins. He might be in trouble.
I know. So
I'd say 1 more year. If he doesn't progress in any kind of way in the next year, then I'd label him a bust. But I mean, he's dealing with Willie Green. Willie Green doesn't play him. Willie Green doesn't develop players, so it's a victim of circumstance a little bit.
Well, he developed Trey Murphy.
You think Trey Murphy did that, or Willie Green did that? I don't think Willie Green did anything. I think Willie Green just rolls the ball out there and claps.
I think that's Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, not the best. I don't know. Anything else you got?
No, dude. No. Yeah. All I got, dude.
Wait, what was your predictions for tonight? What'd you say?
Gwen Ewers, they're gonna draft him in the third. Second round, I had Mason Taylor.
I'd love that guy Mason Taylor. I think that'd be awesome.
I don't think they will draft LSU player, but
It's a new regimen. You never know.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
we'll see.
All right, brother.
All right. Thanks you guys for tuning in. If you can like and subscribe, appreciate it. Who dat? And we'll probably do another pod after the draft later down the line. A little reactions.
Doing Sunday.
Sunday, we can do that. Yeah, so see you guys later.